Hello everyone, welcome to This Day. It is Thursday, July 30th. I'm Michael Taylor, good to be here with you. Bree is on vacation this week, if I haven't mentioned it already. She'll be on vacation next week, and I think maybe part of next week. I want her life someday. It looks a little maybe funky in the studio today. Our lighting system kind of had a little woo-woo. So we're adjusting, but we want to make sure we're on the air, and we're here for you today. And we've got a great show for you ahead. We're going to be talking to the Third's very own Donna Rains Shostak. She's going to be talking about conservation in the community in terms of what they've done with the electrical grid, water conservation, and we'll talk a little bit about budget as they're making the plans for next year's budget already. So we'll do that and more with her. All right, now though, we want to keep you informed, and one of the big transitions that's going on here, of course, is DirecTV, and it's coming to the community, and we have assistance for you. DirecTV experts are available on site to provide one-on-one assistance for Laguna Woods Village residents. Visit the Mat Club on the 3rd floor of the community center Mondays through Wednesdays from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. now through December 2nd. So lots of time to do that if you're having some troubles getting connected and using the device as you like. Whether you have questions about service or would like personalized guidance, a DirecTV representative will be available to assist you. No appointment is necessary. Just stop by during the scheduled times. There you go, folks. So the transition's coming, and if you want to learn more about DirecTV, this is a great way to get one-on-one help. So head on out there to the community center on Mondays and through Wednesdays. Let's take a check of the forecast while we're at it here, and look at that. Warmer and warmer. We've got 86 degrees today, and that's going to be the coolest we have for a little while. We start ticking up temperature-wise this weekend, all the way up to 91 degrees, maybe on Saturday, maybe even warmer. And then we're going to start cooling down just a little bit. I mean, I don't know, 88 is much of a relief, but then 85 on Monday. But then we have more hot temperatures on the way for next week, too. So we're not out of the woods just yet. We have slightly cool relief overnight, but, you know, it's a little muggy still around here. So it's not as much of a relief as it usually is. Let's check our sunrise, sunset. We've got a beautiful trail shot here. This is a Bucky Gilly Preserve Trail over in Newport Beach, California. And thank you very much, Sandy Marcus, for sending us this picture. It's a beautiful little trail site. Sunrise this morning was 6:01. Sunset tonight is going to be 7:52. If you'd like to send us a picture, as I always say, we'd love to see it. Please send it in. Pets, places, sunrise, sunsets, trails, vacations, whatever you got. We love to take these pictures and put them up on the screen for you. Email them to us, lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Make sure you include your name, where you took the picture, and we'll use it in our sunrise, sunset segment. Okay, we got one meeting to tell you about. Then when we come back, we'll be talking to 3rd Laguna Hills Mutual's very own Donna Rains Shostak. Stay with us.
Hi, my name is Jeff McCabe, owner of California Gun Services, and for the last 10 years we've been helping residents of Laguna Woods with any firearm-related needs. Do you have maybe some old bullets left in the garage, even an old gun in a closet? You might have a gun collection worth tens of thousands of dollars. We can help with all these matters and more. We like to say we're the gun company for non-gun people. Our goal is to keep you safe, legal, and maybe even put a couple dollars in your hands. Call California Gun Services today and you can speak directly with myself, Jeff McCabe.
Do you or your loved ones want to continue living at home safely, but are starting to see signs of Parkinson's, dementia, Alzheimer's, maybe it's recent strokes or falls? Having a caregiver at home can be the best way to keep you in home safely. Home Helpers has been providing caregivers for over 25 years. Call us today or join us at Laguna Cafe for free pie and coffee, and we'll answer your questions about caregiving. It's the first Tuesday of every month at 10 a.m., and space goes quickly, so RSVP now.
I heard that ugly 6-letter word, cancer, and I immediately felt lost.
Our team of women's cancer specialists help thousands of women like Naomi navigate and beat cancer.
I didn't want to be treated like a cancer patient, but like a human.
Our advanced imaging, targeted radiation, and minimally invasive surgeries offer positive outcomes that are beating national cancer survival rates.
I've reclaimed the most beautiful 4-letter word, life, because I had City of Hope on my side.
Not all car washes are created equal. At LW Car Wash, every vehicle receives a professional hand wash, delivering the attention to detail automated washes simply can't match. From the exterior to the interior, our inside vacuum service helps keep your vehicle looking its best. We finish every wash with a meticulous hand dry clean for a spotless, streak-free shine. Fast, professional, extremely clean. Don't forget to ask about our $4 off discount with any wash package that includes inside services.
And welcome back, everybody. We're going to be talking about environmental projects and water conservation and a little bit more with Donna Rain-Shostak, Second Vice President over at Third. Thank you for joining us today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Well, you guys have put in the effort, and certainly over the years, in terms of like figuring out ways to, reduce overall cost for utilities and water and things like that. And one of the big projects was the solar panel project.
Yes. And I thought today I would focus on some of these projects that cover the environment because we are nearing the end of budget season.
Right.
And we spend so much time talking about how much things have to go up, and we're keeping it as low as possible.
Right.
But it might be nice at this time to talk about some of the things that has helped us keep costs down, some cost savings initiatives. And most of them are in the environmental area.
And you guys said the solar panel installation it's massive. It's 2,575 solar panels?
Yes. And nobody sees them because they're on the roofs of our 3-story buildings. Right. And we actually did 12 buildings. It doesn't really matter. It's kind of like, well, why didn't I get one? But in fact, since our bill is part of our monthly assessment, everybody benefits from the money saved.
Right, It's an overall cost that's spread across everybody.
Exactly. We don't get the individual bill for the building lights. And so, and what's amazing is their annual production is over 1 million kilowatt hours.
1,100,000 kilowatt hours.
Yeah, which if you're like me, I have no idea, what that does.
I only know like 3 point whatever gigawatts from the Back to the Future movie, but.
Right, exactly. So I thought I'd put it in terms that is a little easier to understand, which a little over 1,300 typical California homes for a year.
Wow.
So that's a lot of power.
That's a ton
of power. And the savings, there was return on investment time because they obviously were expensive and were all taken care of out of our reserve funds, which we manage very carefully to make sure we have them for such projects. And we're definitely beyond the payback time.
Okay, great.
SoCal Edison has, according to what I've read, has raised rates a little over 80% in the last 10 years.
Wow.
So it helps.
It was good timing, most certainly good timing, because we're coming up on almost 10 years of these solar panels installation and its lifespan in terms of the payback you guys are getting. Right. So it's a big savings. And do you think it's a little hard for people to understand the savings when they're not getting that daily, monthly bill in the mail and I need to cut back more or that kind of thing?
Yes, and of course the cutback, we get our own electric bill for our own residence, within the residence.
Sure.
So it's those unknowns, and as we finish today, I'm going to talk a little bit about residential water conservation because that's the tricky one. We don't get a bill for that, and we have no idea what we're using. So you're absolutely correct.
So LED lighting also went into the community as well, right?
Yes.
And you guys did that for a lot of the pathways, the street lights, and things like that.
Yes, and I think that one of the first savings was just in replacing the lights themselves because what we call HPS, that's the sodium lights. And I remember when those came out and we said, wow, that's the greatest thing, it's fabulous. We've got these sodium vapor lights and they just light up everything. But in fact, their life expectancy is a whole lot less. We're talking about maybe 6 years of life expectancy versus LED lights that can last 35 years. So we've got cost savings just in purchasing bulbs, even if things were equivalent. But they're just more efficient. They're safer, number one, which for street lights was important. The sodium lights sort of throw the light everywhere, upward, which we don't need. And so the LED lights can actually direct it where the light is needed.
And they're drawing far less power, right?
Yes,
so
and it was interesting. I checked to see, and it is an LED light that is 9 watts is the equivalent to a 60-watt regular incandescent bulb.
Okay.
So it's significant, and somehow it's always easier for me to understand it that way, and I think maybe everybody else too, things that we know and use. So we have the combination not only of not having to replace bulbs as often, but the energy savings and the safety benefit is just a bonus.
Well, I remember as a kid, I mean, just as you know, the lights have just gotten so much more amazing. Because like when I was a kid, every month or so, oh yeah, light went out in the whatever. You don't be replacing light bulbs all the time.
And
with these
yes, and when's the
imitations-
last time you bought
Right.
light
I had to
bulb?
buy a pack. We were buying packs of light bulbs all the time.
All the
when we were
time.
younger.
Yes, it was
we
constant.
need light bulbs. Oh, don't forget. And now it's just like with these advances, they draw so much less power, and they last for the hours that they last for. It's just amazing. 5-6 year lights. It's crazy.
35-year lights in some
Yeah.
cases. I mean, it's just, it is amazing.
And so it also helps with the safety, right? Because like you say, they're directional. So like they're just lighting up the path. They're giving that really good, instead of like blinding people and uplighting and that kind of thing as well.
Yes, and it was, now they've been there for a while, so we sort of don't think about it. But I
Right.
remember when we first put them in here and walking at night, and we see people take walks in the evening a lot. It's a wonderful time to take a walk.
Absolutely.
And it's much safer. Those paths are well.
There we go. One of the things that's been going on is there's been a state mandate for turf removal and some of those things. So you guys are responding to that, and you guys made some decisions to do that because it's just better in terms of saving water and
Correct.
maintenance.
And as a matter of fact, we began much earlier
Right.
than the regulation that talked about it. And what they're talking about in the regulation is non-functional turf.
Right, just the lovely little grass along the side of the roads or whatever that nobody
If nobody
uses.
walks on it, and nobody does anything. I think someone from one of the water companies said, we haven't gotten that definition yet. We're still waiting for a clear definition from the state.
Right.
But they said, but if your landscaper walks across it once a month, it's probably non-functional.
Yeah, and he's the only one.
Yes, and he's the only one. That's it. Yeah. So we were kind of ahead of the game. We started in 2020. Started turf removal primarily because we were looking to get rid of high maintenance turf. You have to edge it.
Right.
Laguna Woods.
And it's a water suck too. I mean, the grass is one
grass
of the most
needs a
thirsty
lot of
plants
water.
you could have.
And it needs edging every 2 weeks minimum. And I believe there are something in all of Laguna Woods, something like 52 miles of edging. I mean,
wow.
we're talking enormous amount of labor to
Get your
keep that
steps
up.
in.
So we started doing that to save, again, to save water, et cetera, and put in drought-tolerant plantings, which are really quite attractive. So we were identifying throughout Third Mutual areas, small areas where we could take, especially the small areas are harder to maintain because you've got to be meticulous. You can't use the big riding mowers in them. And so we started that, and we started slowly, as you can see on the chart.
Right, 2, and then the next year
Yeah,
was 7.
and then you notice that at 2024 is the last year, even though this is 2026. And you may have noticed that. But,
I did.
But we had to kind of stop and take pause because most of the turf in Third Mutual is watered with recycled water. And recycled water is not affected by the state mandate. State mandate says you will not have potable water used on non-functional turf.
Right.
So although they still haven't clearly defined non-functional turf, most of Third Mutual, and actually all of Third Mutual with the exception of Gates 11 and 14, because it just was not possible given the geography, it wasn't possible. So the only 2 areas that we're at the moment really, really going to focus on, because that's where the law is going to hit, has been Gate 14 and Gate 11. And so we're trying to identify areas and see what we have to do. And the clearer they get in their definitions, the better. It might be a couple of picnic tables in a small area that might do it.
Now it's functional.
Right, exactly. Of course, there was the thought of maybe putting a croquet set down, but then people would be tripping on those little hoops, and so
you have to
we
put
can't.
lights there at night.
We can't create a hazard. So we're still working on. But that was there was a bit of a pause at the end of 24 for us to be able to see and get ready and geared up to it. But again, we're saving water with drought-tolerant plants. We're saving labor because we're not having. I live in a cul-de-sac that has drought-tolerant planting in the center of it, in the turnaround. And they probably come 3 times a year because these plants just take care of themselves now that they're established.
Yeah, because they're made for this environment. And people often think, oh, it's not even cactus and that kind of thing. But no, there's some beautiful.
There is a difference between succulents, which is cactus, and drought-tolerant. And I always like to tell people, when you're driving down El Toro Road between gates 7 and 9, it's one of the most beautiful drives. And the north side is maintained by Laguna Woods, the median by the city of Laguna Woods, and the south end by Laguna Audubon on the residential area there. And yet, there's not one blade of grass in that whole drive. People don't even think about it. It's green, it's lovely, there are flowers, it's beautiful, and there isn't any grass there at all. So the goal is make it more beautiful, decrease the labor, and decrease the use of the water at the same time.
Sounds like you're heading in the right direction.
So it's kind of a win-win.
One of the other things you guys are working on is landscape watering in terms of irrigation and more efficient irrigation systems.
Yes, and for the more
work with
efficient
GRF for those
irrigation
guys,
system,
yeah.
we have GRF to thank.
Right.
They did that for the whole village, and of course, part of our monthly assessment goes to GRF, and that system has been wonderful. I mean, it does things like if it starts to rain when it wasn't supposed to or expected. Our landscape people can turn off the water from their phone, even if they're not here, and do it remotely. And there are other benefits. It's just more efficient. It's the way they do it. And so that's been wonderful. And of course, as I mentioned before, all of Third Mutual, with the exception of gates 11 and 14, are watered with recycled water. So we're still down to identifying functional turf when we get the real definition, and again, keeping on moving toward drought-tolerant planting. But I thought it was a good time to share what we've already done. I mean, we've done certainly more than an acre.
And in terms of the makeup of the GRF board, of course, it represents all of the other mutuals and all the other HOAs in there. So you guys are all on the same page in terms of what they're doing, and then that also can translate to something you want to bring back to
Yes, and of course we need to
that.
have the same landscape watering system for all of the village so that it can be maintained more effectively and efficiently.
And just one more way for a little bit of savings as well in the long term.
Yeah, which kind of brings us to residential water use.
Here we go.
Yeah, and that's kind of very dear to my own heart because I've been chair of water conservation for a while now. And I'm really excited to share with everybody that for the first time, and actually for those who watch today, and watch it live, this afternoon on August the 30th, is the first meeting of the community-wide water conservation
July
committee.
30th, but yes.
July, yes, moving right along. Yeah, July 30th. And we're very excited because we're doing it with United. It's going to be our initial meeting, and we'll be meeting quarterly from then on. And here we have a problem, we sort of alluded to it earlier, which is we don't get a residential water bill.
Right.
We have no idea what we're doing. And the water bill has been $3 million plus for Third Mutual alone for as long as I remember. And unfortunately, it is inching much closer and approaching $4 million a year.
And even with all those conservation efforts, the prices are still going up. So you may be using less, but the cost is going up for what you are using.
Well, and unfortunately,
like
residential-wise, we aren't using less.
Right.
Because we can't, it's metered and we know.
Right.
And for 1 year, we did some intensive conservation programs talking about it, bringing it to people's, front of mind. And in that year, we decreased considerably, saved over 1 million gallons of water, residents did, in their own usage. And the next year, when we slacked off a little bit, the residential water use returned to its previous levels. So we're going to start that again, and we're excited. We're probably going to be coming to you folks with
big
some
campaign.
Yeah, with a couple of fun TV things, we think.
There we go.
And
okay, good.
Just kind of bringing it again back to awareness. And so
What are some of the things that people, they go back to the bad habits? Well, are they just like running their water when they're, for too long, when they're brushing their teeth?
You've
or just
turning on the water and then picking up the toothbrush, getting the toothpaste, doing all those things. And then if the cell phone rings, you pick that up and the water's still running. So it's just this awareness. Turning on the shower
way too soon.
Much sooner than you need. We do it to get the water hot, but how long do you really need? Sometimes it's things like that. And then it's also watering plants outside that may or may not need it. And so watching all of those things.
And that kind of thing. If we're, because people maintain their own little gardens in their backyards or things like that, or around their house, and they, they like to be able to plant their own stuff. And sometimes,
well, we have to be careful about that because it is common area.
Right.
And people say, well, why are you sticklers about that? But in fact, the landscapers have to maintain it. And so there has to be plants that they're familiar with. We want them drought tolerant. We want all of those things that we've already just talked about.
And then they'll chop up a rose bush, and then you'll get complaints, hey, they chopped up my rose bush. Well, that rose bush isn't supposed to be there, or whatever it might be.
So it's just, and all we're really going to do is, we found that just putting it in the forefront, heightening awareness makes a huge difference. And one of these days, we might be coming to you with some fun little inserts between programs, if you're willing, of Walter the Water Waster.
Okay.
And just little film clips of how you can be a problem when you don't realize you are. So we're very excited
Absolutely.
about that.
All right. Well, I look forward to that. I'll be part of the water conservation team.
Yeah. And again, I wanted to talk about it today because we're nearing the end of budget season.
Because it's budget season,
and
right?
it's always a question of how much is it going to go up. And we've worked very hard. We aren't on the final version yet.
Right.
But trying to keep it, we hope that we'll be able to keep the third mutual portion of increase down to about 5%. And given inflation and what's happening, and the age of the community in terms of structures and things that need work, that's probably doing pretty well.
The proactive maintenance is one of those things, especially with older buildings, it just has run on the regular.
And that's why I thought today I'd talk
Yeah.
about the cost savings initiatives so that people know, we're really working at that.
What are the things you guys are looking at in the budget right now that are concerning, that are saying, okay, well, there's nothing we can do about these things, and these things are going up?
When you think about the fact that everything from the paint in the members, the residents own, and everything from the paint out, which is the wall itself as well, the mutual owns. So you're talking roofs and structures and plumbing inside the walls and so many things. And so there's some other, and I'll let those folks involved in maintenance and construction talk about those one of these days, because there are also projects, cost savings initiatives going on there as well, trying to be as proactive as we can. But we've got facilities that are aging. And so we have to maintain them, and we've been thrilled that this community has never had a special assessment, and we hope never to have one.
Right, and that's all. That goes to the fact that you guys, like you say, you maintain those reserves, and you're very careful about that. And is it a hard kind of teach for some of the residents here to say, why don't you just take money out of the reserves? Why are you raising our rates? Because you have to guard those reserves, because they're not for regular costs. They're
for the unexpected, for that time that we get the phone call that says something major has happened,
or the turf projects, or the big lighting replacements.
Just the state deciding something else. In fact, we soon will be dealing with some fire regulations. We have parts of Third Mutual are near a fire zone.
So
there are going to be some zone zero.
Zone zero.
And that too, we haven't quite gotten full definition of what they're going to do. And fortunately, we're willing to wait, because it has gotten more and more lenient. And there will have to be some reduction, obviously, in plant material very close to houses, under eaves and things. And that's really, to our benefit. And so we're waiting, but we're getting closer. And so we're going to try and ultimately, and that's for the landscape people to talk about, but we're ultimately going to try and have that tied in with some of the painting projects outside. Prior to paint, we remove plantings. And so it's kind of like, why do it when we have to do it. But again, I will let them talk about those things and wait for the final definitions.
All right. Well, Donna, thank you so much for coming in today. We appreciate it. And get on to your other meetings for the day. I know you're always busy. That doesn't seem like a retirement to me, but this is your choice. Thanks for coming in today.
And thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure.
Absolutely. We'll be right back with some movie previews, weather, and a little bit more. Stay with us.
For over 20 years, Orange County has taken its unwanted gold, jewelry, timepieces, sterling silver, and coins to the Jewelry Box estate buyers and always received top dollar. We are a full-service repair center, too, where you can rest assured our on-premises master jeweler will repair any jewelry in our state-of-the-art facility. Come see why for over 2 decades, Orange County has relied on the Jewelry Box estate buyers.
At the Jewelry Box estate buyers,
it's about trust.
Visit us online at jewelryboxestatebuyers.com.
Welcome to OC Eye Care, home of the first customizable lens implant with a light adjustable lens, making it possible to see clearly at near, intermediate, and distance.
I realized I had cataracts a while back. My eyes before the cataract and light adjustable lens surgery, the stress on my eyes was so bad that it would be painful to drive at night. As soon as I took the eye patch off, right away I could see out of both eyes. Oh, my vision is so much better after the surgery. Now I'm able just to do everything. It's wonderful.
If you believe the journey is the destination, you'll love exploring in the 2026 Subaru Crosstrek. Standard symmetrical all-wheel drive plus 33 miles per gallon, an 11.6-inch high-resolution touchscreen, plus a 180 horsepower Subaru Boxer engine. Love is out there. Find it in a Crosstrek.
Come to Frank's Irvine Subaru and celebrate the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Complimentary maintenance included on all new Subarus.
For nearly 40 years, Pacific Cardiovascular Associates has been the leading cardiovascular clinic serving Laguna Hills and Laguna Woods. At PCA, our board-certified heart specialists provide compassionate care, from initial consultations to routine follow-ups and more. We offer echocardiograms, stress tests, vascular studies, and pacemaker checks, all in one convenient location. With free parking and full wheelchair accessibility, PCA makes care easier than ever. Visit our website or give us a call to schedule your appointment today.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's talk about our weekend movies. We got some good ones. Parasite's going to be on Friday, tomorrow. It's brought to us by Pacific Financial Planners. It is Academy Award winner from back in 2019. It's going to be at 2 p.m. with the subtitles and 6 p.m. with the subtitles. It is a Korean language film. It's a genre-blending black comedy thriller that follows two Korean families, one poor, one wealthy, whose lives become dangerously intertwined in a darkly satirical take on class inequality. It is a great movie. I hope, if you haven't seen it, make sure you give that one a watch. Then we have some Laugh Story on Saturday. It's Bill Murray, it's Woody Harrelson in Kingpin. It's brought to us by Advanced Ear Care. Going to be at 2 p.m. with the subtitles and 6 p.m. without the subtitles. Washed up ex-bowling champion discovers a naive Amish bowling prodigy and sees him as a ticket to redemption. The duo hits the road towards high-stakes tournament, facing eccentric characters and chaotic situations along the way. It's going to be a fun one for that. Let's take a check of the forecast, and I would recommend staying in and watching both movies this weekend because it is going to be warm, folks. 86 today, but 89, 91 on Saturday, then a slight cool off, but really the temperature is going to be warm for the foreseeable future. So there you go. Tomorrow on the program, we have folks coming in. We got Polly's Pie, and I have two words for you: Banberry. I'm telling you, watch, see what we're talking about there. And then we got Sports Corner with Cole Young. I don't know what he's talking about. It's embargoed until tomorrow. He won't tell me a word about what's going to be on the show, but it's going to be a good one. I can guarantee it. That's going to do it for this edition of This Day. I'm Michael Taylor. For all of us here at Village Television, we hope you make this day a great one.
When it comes to life's most important medical challenges, where do you go? Welcome to the Hoag Institutes. Our patient-centered approach to care is rooted in clinical excellence and guided by world-class teams. Unparalleled expertise, world-class care, all within the Hoag Institutes, right here in OC.